Dry Cleaning are again blessing us with some new music, just a few months after the release of their second album, Stumpwork, which also was released just a year after their debut album, New Long Leg. They have released a brand new EP called Swampy, and we'll review it today. And we also talk about the Brixton Academy crush situation, which led to Dry Cleaning to change their show and relocate to a different venue. So yeah, let's get into it. It seems like this band is releasing stuff in record time, and I appreciate that because every single song they make is pretty awesome. Both full-length albums they've released so far have been up there with my favorite records that I've released each year, and I'm really excited to hear what this EP is all about. This EP came out with 2 songs, Swampy and Sombre 2, and it also comes with a couple of remixes. First one of Hot Penny Day, and the second one is a remix of Gary Ashby by the recent tour brother called Emerged by Time. And they've also included a demo version of Anna, which they called Peanuts. So talking mainly about the first couple of new songs, they're both what you would expect from a Dry Cleaning song, with their interesting approach into post-punk or art punk, we'll say, with this talkative style. The first song, Swampy, is just elastic and groovy and a very fun indie pop sound, definitely talking more of a laid-back approach than usual. The lyrics remain open and fun and just somewhat meaningless, which makes the song even better. Just hearing repeating these PlayStation 5 lyrics over and over, it's just fun. And of course accompanied with this amazing guitar and bass that they apparently seem to master. And we also have this really cool like whispery voice that makes this track very essential, fun, and just very good and bombastic. Sombre 2 though is way shorter and it feels far more theatrical than any of their songs. It starts in this like slow burn manner, very opaque and deep, and eventually the bass and some bells start to like appear, adding some layers to the track. But it just eventually ends with not much to it. It's like 2.5 minutes long, and there's really not much development in this one. It could perfectly be like an intro, an outro, or like an interlude of any album, but there's not really much to say about this one. It's just a pretty instrumental layout. About the remixes, we have a couple of them. Both do try to encourage in this like electronic approach more than anything. Hot Penny Day is extremely catchy. Polly's Pupil and Charlotte are able to distort the voices and completely change the structure of the song, something entirely different. That's exactly how remixes should be done. It's refreshing and it's bombastic and it's completely different. That's not the case for the second remix though, Gary Ashby, where we have fundamentally the same song but with Emerged by Time adding some of his vocals. It's an interesting exploration of the production and everything, but I just love the main vocals of Dry Cleaning, and I'm not sure this one adds anything cool to the track. And lastly, this EP ends with a demo version of Anna, which they called Peanuts. I love listening to demos, early versions, acoustics, and like alternative versions of songs, or even like full-length albums. I really love seeing like the process of how they ended up reaching to the final product. So yeah, this one I guess is mostly for the fans, just kind of like the cherry on top. Just Dry Cleaning sharing an early version. What could be wrong about that? That's basically the EP. Not much to it, apart from Swampy, which is a great song, and the remix of Hot Penny Day, which I really liked at all. But that's about it. I really hope they continue being this consistent with their music. I know they're currently on their 2022-2023 world tour, which is very exciting, and I wish I just couldn't live in South America sometimes. But yeah, about their tour, I also wanted to talk about their Brixton Academy situation, where Dry Cleaning were going to be performing tomorrow, March 3rd, but you know, so a bit of a news update I'll share right now. This news was shared a week ago, the 28th of February of 2023, where it was announced that Dry Cleaning band switched from the now closed Brixton Academy to the Roundhouse in Camden, just this after the whole crush investigation that happened. They were due to play at the O2 Brixton Academy, but the venue's license sort of got suspended since the crowd crush claimed the lives of 2 people in a concert in December. An investigation into what went wrong at the Asake gig is continuing with the license suspended until April, at least. It's very sad news, and well, I guess rest in peace to the people who lost their lives just because they wanted to listen to some music. And there's definitely an argument to be had about, the inadequate medical cover they had at the venue, but also concert etiquette as a whole. It's beyond disrespectful. 3,000 extra fans with no tickets trying to break into this sold-out gig. It's really not a good look. And the medical cover at the venue was also inadequate. They had like 2 student paramedics, so they're basically unqualified for the job. They have to be supervised by like an actual paramedic, not just students or like anybody of a lower grade. They just didn't have the appropriate supervision at all. And according to the BBC reports, industry guidelines stated that like a 5,000 capacity gig like the Asake concert in Brixton should have 10 medical professionals in attendance. But it was confirmed that only 5 staff were present, just half. So very sad news for something that shouldn't have happened in the first place. And again, rest in peace to the victims. And I hope that everyone that got hurt in the situation is recovering well. This is not the musician's fault. The venue, the gig, the lack of medical cover, and like the lack of concert etiquette are the ones at fault. There's not much an artist can do in this sort of situations aside from like being completely aware and informed of everything and like maybe stop the show at times, ask for help and stuff. But I don't even know the artist was aware of this situation because things were going on outside of the building itself. So that's like very hard to follow. Anyways, to end this video on a good note, since then, a host of artists have moved their gigs from Brixton to other venues across London following the closure. As I said, Dry Cleaning is going to relocate to the Roundhouse, and Beartooth is also relocating to the OVO Arena Wembley. Girl in Red also relocated to the Hammersmith. Evan Thiem Apollo and Yard Act have moved their show in May to Troxy under same date, so nothing to worry there. So at least the artist and the management were able to like relocate quickly, and ticket holders who were waiting to see Dry Cleaning live can use them at the Roundhouse on Friday without no inconvenience, which is honestly really cool. In like countries like here in Colombia and South America, when shows get canceled, it can be very tricky. You can't just sort of just use the same tickets. You sometimes have to sell and buy another one and maybe like ask for a refund. It's very complex, very annoying. So at least there's some things that they can do right in different countries. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Just a bit update on Dry Cleaning and an update to the Brixton situation, and that's it. If you like the video, you can subscribe to my channel, maybe leave a like, leave a comment, and I hope we can keep in touch. Goodbye.
Ready for the mosh pit, Shaka Bra.